before we went to New Orleans, I had tore my car up, and I went on to the only place I knew was safe for me to stay that night was on the old property I was raised on when I was a very young boy. In fact, I was born on it. It was about 10 miles out of Oklahoma. And that night, I left Marion down at the car, and I walked up where the old house used to sit. The house is gone. It was moved in closer to town. And there wasn't much left there, except the old storm cellar just fell in, and things like that. And it was dark, and the moon was real clear, had good lighting. And I was sitting there on a rock that was there ever since I was born. It wasn't that big a rock, but it was a rock. And I was sitting on it, thinking about my past life, how I was. And my father, I could just see my father moving through the house there, which I was almost sitting right where the house once stood. And I was wishing that I could just spend a day with him. And maybe I wouldn't have turned out like I was, bullheaded and headstrong. And I'm telling this because if a young person has problems, you can sit down and usually solve it out with too much goes against you. You can sit down and maybe with a police officer or somebody, or your best friend, or your father or mother, and realize that you're going the wrong way, and try to quit it. Don't end up like me. Don't end up this way. Now I'm old, and my life is in the back of me, and my family is mostly gone. And what did I gain out of the whole thing? Well, I gained my family. That's about it. And I tried to make the best of that. But please, if you're getting ready to do something stupid, think about it. Just think about it. That's all I ask. And take another way if you can, because it'll sure be better off on down the line. No matter what you do, sooner or later, you'll get caught up with. They'll catch you now. It wasn't like the days of my life where they only had 7 or 8, 10 miles to do a radio to a squad car or something. Not now. It's all, they can sit anywhere in the United States and punch a few buttons and find out everything about you. And you need to realize that it's tougher now than it was when I was running wild. And so just help yourself and try to stop whatever is pushing you wrong. And I hope you learned something from my life, how bad it was. And a lot of people says, well, you had a wonderful life. You had beautiful women, you had everything you wanted. And wasn't it all worth that? And I said, not really. I said, if I could have met my wife when I was 17, yeah, I said it'd been worth it. But I met her too late in life, and I was already shot. So, my life is done.